No matter what vehicle you drive, but especially if you have a 90s or early 2000s Chevy pickup, this is a video that you're definitely going to want to watch so that you don't end up stranded on the side of the road. And if you want to learn how to fix your vehicle, do budget restorations, troubleshoot equipment, and all sorts of other types of garage related stuff, be sure to subscribe to Midwest Garage so you don't miss anything. Now, what this video is about is checking out your tensioner pulley. Basically what this does is it's a part of the accessories components on the front of the engine, and it keeps tension on the serpentine or the drive belt on the engine. So in all vehicles, this will go bad over time, where the bearings in here will start to go out, or the actual spring in here will start to wear out. And on the 90s and early 2000s Chevy pickups with the vortec engines, these are notorious for going out prematurely. And what that can do is cause unwanted belt noises. It can prematurely wear out your belt, or in extreme cases can actually allow the belt to slip off, which would leave you stranded on the side of the road. Because your serpentine belt runs your AC, your alternator, your power steering, your cooling fan, pretty much all the accessories on the engine. So you definitely don't want that belt to snap or fall off. So this right here is your tensioner pulley, and a quick way to check it is to simply wiggle it back and forth. And you see all that play in there? It's supposed to be rigid, so this definitely needs replacing. And basically what's happening is there's a spring inside of here that's used to tension the serpentine belt, and over time that spring gets weak and it ends up just allowing a bunch of play in here. So today I'm going to show you how to change that real quick on the Chevys, and it's a very quick 5-minute job. Now all you need to replace your tensioner pulley is obviously your new pulley, which is usually about 50 bucks, a 10mm socket, and a 13mm socket. And what we're going to do first is remove this upper fan shroud just to gain us a little bit easier access to the actual pulley. So take your 10mm and bust this loose. There's going to be 3 bolts on top and then a couple bolts on each side, which connects the upper fan shroud to the lower. Now you can remove this from the top of the fan shroud if you want, but there's enough room where you can take the entire shroud and just rest it just like that, and then you don't have to mess with any of the clips holding that wire to the top of the fan shroud. With the shroud moved out of the way, we have perfect access to our tensioner pulley. Now just take the 3/8 drive side of your socket, and what you're going to do is stick it into this hole right here. To show you on the new one, you'll stick it right in this hole, and that'll allow you to twist it counterclockwise to release tension off the belt, so that you can remove the belt off of the tensioner pulley. Now take your 13mm socket and simply remove the old pulley. Once the bolt is out, it just simply pops out. Now you can check out your old pulley. Obviously you can see that it's pretty beat up and worn. I mean, it's over 20 years old. And the bearings don't sound too good, but they're not bad either. Usually this part will go bad on these trucks before the actual bearings in the pulley do. So then you'll take your new one, make sure that it's the same. And there might be minor differences in the new manufacturing, but they are very similar, so we'll put the new one in. Now, when you're putting the new one in, it does have this locator tab. You'll just want to make sure that that is in the locator hole here before you bolt it in. And usually when you buy a new tensioner pulley, it'll come with a new bolt, so might as well use that instead of the old one. And now it's just simply putting this right back into position and bolting it in. And then reinstall your serpentine belt. And just make sure that the belt is seated properly on your new tensioner pulley. Make sure she's solid. and you're good to go. So there's a 5-minute fix that anybody can do that could potentially keep them from being stranded on the side of the road. Let me know in the comments below if you have this truck and if you went and actually checked and if you had a bad tensioner pulley. I'd really like to know how common it really is. And lastly, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to Midwest Garage. I have a ton of new videos coming out all the time on fixes for these trucks, as well as some project vehicles and all sorts of other shenanigans. If you like the video, be sure to let me know with a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.